Hi guys, it's Jess, and today I would like to do another makeup review. Most of the stuff is from Sephora, like 99% of it is from Sephora, with the exception of one thing, and that's from MAC. Um, and the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I love it so much. And it's a matte lipstick called Victoriana. It's from the MAC Toledo collection. That's the packaging. It's really cute, I think. Most all of their packaging has it. I don't know if you can get the lipsticks anymore. Um, I think you can get like maybe they have like the nail polish or the lip gloss left. I'm not 100% sure. It's this really bright red, and I just love it so much. Um, I really enjoy matte lipsticks. Um, I think they just give better color on your lip. They give you a better pigment, and I just don't feel like my lips are wet all the time. For me, they don't necessarily dry out my lips. They just make me feel like my lipstick isn't just gonna smear every 15 seconds. Which, if you put a primer underneath it, then it stays pretty well. I really like it a lot. Again, this is a matte Victoriana. I think that says AA4, but I don't know if the numbers really matter to you guys or if you just want the name. So I really love it. This regular MAC price, I think you can get them like the lipsticks separately online on like eBay or Amazon, but you're probably gonna pay like 20 or 30 bucks more sometimes, depending on how big the collection was, which it wasn't super huge, but MAC collections usually sell out pretty quickly, especially if they have special packaging. Now moving on to things from Sephora. First off, I'd like to start off with the one thing that I didn't like, and I got this just recently from the They're Real line, and it's by Benefit. Yeah, it's all Benefit. I have a love-hate relationship so far with this brand. I got this little thing called the Push Up Liner. Um, oh, there it goes. That's what it looks like. It's like this weird squishy sponge material. Not, I don't want to say sponge, but it's like squishy plastic. And there's a little slit on the top right here. And if you, oh geez, and it's coming undone already. I already hate you. If you squeeze this part, like it's like if you took a eyeliner pencil, like ripped out all the black stuff in it and smashed it into a little container and then squeezed it out of a tube. That's what this would be. It gives really good color and it stays pretty well because I couldn't put on my top liner because it hurt so much trying to take the stupid thing off. Um, Maybe if you're really skilled with stuff like this, it'll be better for you, but I just just the trouble of squeezing it out of this little tube. Maybe the actual pencil is different. I don't know. I haven't seen the full size of it, but just the tester made me want to set it on fire. So that is a no for me. And if it's a yes for you, tell me what I'm doing wrong. How do I use this? This is terrible. Terrible! But aside from that, the love part of the relationship of Their Real Benefit is Their Real Benefit, or Benefit They're Real, however you want to say it, is the eye makeup remover, and this stuff is so awesome. Here's a little packaging that I got. I'm definitely gonna buy this again because it was almost like a soothing lotion on my eyes. It wasn't harsh, it didn't have a harsh smell. Actually, it doesn't really smell like anything. It smells like baby powder or lotion or something like that. So I guess that's a smell. Um, but it was just so smooth and so it didn't feel greasy like some kind of lotions do, but this just had a really smooth, almost water-like texture in it. It felt really good going on my eyes, and it didn't burn at all, so I'm definitely going to get this again. I'm not sure how much it is, though, so I'll have to look that up. Moving on to another sampler I got was the Kat Von D Locket cover up, I guess. I can't remember the concealer, that's the name. But it is in the shade Light 48. Um, I don't normally wear concealer, like, ever, because I don't really have too much acne to really conceal, and if I do, it's maybe one or two, and I have like a little concealer stick. Um, but as far as like redness, and I know I usually have this like weird heavenly light to make it look like I have perfect skin, but I had a little bit of a breakout recently, so hopefully it's not too light for my skin, because if you see me in person, I have a little bit more of an olive tone than this gives out to be, but I think it gave a pretty good coverage so far. Um, so I like it. It didn't, I was really worried because when I squeezed it out of this little container and I ripped the square, it had a big square, so I just ripped off this little pouch, I guess. So I ripped that off. I was really worried that it was going to come off oily, but it's pretty matte. It went on really well. It blended pretty well. I got suckered into the beauty blender craze, so I used that to apply it, and that really made it easier. So I really enjoyed that. I might buy it again. I might have to go out in the day, kind of walk around with this to see how it wears on my skin, to whether or not it makes me oily. Excuse me, dying. So yeah, that's that, I guess. And to set it, I use the Urban Decay All Nighter makeup setting spray. So far, not a huge fan. It sprays on really, really wet. You're not really missing much. It just has some writing. But I mean, it helps makeup stay okay, not great. I'm probably just gonna go back to using like the Ben 9 spray, which I used to use for like Halloween makeup. But it's not bad, especially if you're only gonna use your makeup for, or only gonna wear your makeup for a couple of hours. So it's not bad. So I don't want to diss it too much because it wasn't really a bad product, and it says oil free. Um, as long as I've worn it, I've only worn it for maybe 2 or 3 hours. It hasn't made my face feel oily. I'm sure in a little bit here, because it's kind of warm, I'll probably feel oily, but I think that's just natural. I haven't found a setting spray that didn't make me feel oily after a couple of hours, but I think that's just sweat, so that might not be able to be helped. I got this at Sephora at like the checkout line, where if you go into Sephora, most of the time, not all Sephoras have the little, the, I don't know what you would call it, the waiting area line part of it, and they have a whole bunch of little travel size things. That's where I got it. This was, I want to say, $17, maybe 15. It might be cheaper than that. It might be more expensive. I don't really remember. It's got, for to carry around, I think this is awesome though, the way this is packaged. Not only does this have this cap, but it has another cap. So it's like cap on cap capception. Say that 20 times fast. I probably couldn't. I'm surprised I said it the first time. Next thing I want to move into is so raved about, and I had no idea why. I was like, why does anybody care about this? It's probably like just one of those other things that whatever. But I was very wrong, and I found this to be the most handy thing I've ever had of makeup, regardless if it's horror makeup or beauty makeup, and it is the Naked on the Run palette. This thing is so awesome. I love it. The only thing I don't like about it is the lip gloss, which I'm not a huge fan of lip gloss anyway, so that probably doesn't help. My face. Yeah, drink that in. But yeah, this palette's pretty awesome, aside from the lip gloss, which I don't use. And all the colors and such are pretty awesome. They can work with anybody's skin tone, and I'm not covering up the mirror for a certain reason. Um, so yeah. And the best part of this whole thing that I think, which I'm going to buy separately, is the mascara, which I have on now. I have pretty long lashes as it is, so I don't know if you can tell, but I love it. It gives it so much volume and so much thickness, and it makes them really dark and almost doll-like, so I love this, and it's cheap by itself. The last thing before I make this too long of a video is the most recent thing I picked up, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated Powder, and I got mine in Luminous. I know they have like Aurora or something like that, which gives you like a like pinky tone, but I've already got pretty pinky cheeks, so I don't really want any more redness or pinky tone into my skin since I am an olive complexion. And this stuff is outrageously sparkly. It is all that white that you see on my hand. Just imagine that it'd be 100 million sparkles just in one. It is so, and like once you like powder it in, it makes you a little white, but not as in it's almost like putting highlighter all over your face and body, and it's just amazing. And once the more you blend it in, you don't notice the white powder in it, especially if you have like a concealer or something like that for it. It blends in really well, and it comes with this little Urban Decay brush part of it, which I thought was pretty cool the way that's set up. I'm kind of a sucker for certain packaging, and I was like, oh, secret compartment! I can put mints or pennies in here. Not really, I'm just going to leave that in there, but it's okay to use. It's not great, but sometimes I use it if I need it, but that's about it. This was 28 bucks, 28, 30 bucks, something like that. But I wouldn't get it if you're not into sparkles and if you have nowhere to wear sparkles to, because this would just be a waste of your money unless you just want to be a pixie inside your home. Then totally go for it. But the only thing I don't recommend is this crap eyeliner. Don't do it. But that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you think that this is my color. If it makes me look too weird, let me know. I know it's pretty bright. I pulled down my shade and everything to try to get the natural lighting out, but that's the best I can do. But until next time, have a wonderful, glorious day. Bye, like, share, subscribe.